After years of experience generating leads and clients for my businesses through social media, here are the top three platforms to focus on to generate more leads and clients. Before continuing, if you are looking for help getting more leads and clients while also building a beautiful brand online, make sure to check out the links below. So, number three is going to be LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn is a really good platform for generating leads and clients for certain reasons. One, you're going to be exposed to people who typically are making more money. So, this limits low quality leads. So, you're going to be putting in time towards prospects that actually will likely be able to afford your services, usually. Additionally, you can generate leads and conversations for pretty low cost if you use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I'm not going to get too in depth into Sales Navigator in this video, but basically for about $100-ish a month, you can use LinkedIn Premium with Sales Navigator and get leads through connection requests at a very low cost. And then you do have the opportunity with LinkedIn to nurture those new connections that you have through content in DMs. I mean, you can always DM someone and send a message to someone on LinkedIn. So those are really the three main benefits from my experience using LinkedIn. Now, the challenges with LinkedIn are, people are constantly pitching others on LinkedIn. If you use it, you're probably getting messages like this on a daily basis. So it can be tough to break through. And usually you're going to be reaching out to cold audience. They're not people who are reaching out to you, like if you're running ads, for instance. And if you are trying to run ads on LinkedIn, it's going to be very expensive. You can have success with it, people do, but it's much more challenging to run ads compared to other platforms we'll discuss in a bit. So when it comes to using LinkedIn, what I would say is going to make the most sense is first optimize your profile that's aligned in a way that's aligned with you. So solid profile picture, explain who you help, how you help them, have links on your page, potentially testimonials or case studies on your page, and potentially look into creating content consistently. Then I would say use Sales Navigator and focus on sending authentic connection requests that are personalized. Again, not going into the details on how to do this, but you can set up Sales Navigator and send personal notes with connection requests. And if you send out about 20 of those a day to people who are your ideal type of clients and then nurture them through conversation, offering free value, potentially content, and then pitch, you can have success. And if depending on your service, you can get one of those clients and have them for a long time. And typically they will be able to afford higher price points. Now for number two. The second best, I would say, is YouTube. So YouTube, I think definitely for some people can be the absolute best. But the reason I have it at number two, I'll explain a little bit more about in a second. But the benefits are really an endless life cycle for these videos. So when you create a video on YouTube, it's not like, Instagram or TikTok where it's really going to be around for about 5 days to 2 weeks. It's going to be around for a long time. And you can create content on YouTube that's very specifically associated with search queries that people have who are your ideal clients. So say, for instance, you are a nutritionist, you can create tons of YouTube videos specifically about nutrition tips for IBS if you work with clients who have IBS, so that is really, really helpful. It's kind of a new form of SEO. And then you can also put out long form content that typically people are going to watch more of compared to other platforms. And that really helps to build trust when you have longer form content, especially if you're speaking in it. Now, when it comes to challenges, typically it's going to be more time intensive to create content for YouTube. It's just longer form content. It typically is going to involve more of a setup with tech. So it can just be a little more time intensive. There's not really a good way of starting conversations with people on YouTube in a personal way. It's tough to build subscribers on YouTube. And ads are also more challenging, similar to LinkedIn. Like they can definitely work on YouTube. They do work for plenty of people, but it's the barrier of entry of getting into it is just a little bit more challenging. If you're thinking about YouTube, what I would say is focus on creating video with titles that is associated with search related content. So what are your ideal clients searching for? Create content about that. Think of it as like a modern form of SEO. Don't get overly obsessive with quality. You do want to have a solid mic, a decent recording quality, but you don't need to get obsessive early on. It's more important to just put out content, in my opinion, and then stick with it. Now, for the number one most beneficial platform to focus on to generate leads and clients on social, it is Instagram. And the reason I say Instagram is because, my opinion, Instagram paired with Meta advertising is the best advertising platform for the majority of people who are service providers online, even locally. It allows for quick scalability if you can get a good ad funnel down, and it's much more affordable to get started with ads on Instagram and also Facebook and Meta, but compared to other platforms. Additionally, you can do great retargeting with ads for lead generation, but also for just building your audience. You have direct access to DMing, similar to LinkedIn, but you have this direct personal ability to start conversations. It's easy to get started. Like you can, even without doing video content, you can just post text-based content to get started. You can engage with people to build up your audience, and you have the opportunity for virality through Reels. I don't personally think you should focus heavily on going viral because it can build up a low quality audience, but it's really nice to be able to have the ability to go viral in an easier way than you would on YouTube or LinkedIn. Now, the challenges with Instagram, it's a short life cycle for the content. So compared to YouTube, where you could put out a video and it will be there forever, and people can find it through search, that's not really going to be the case with content on Instagram. Also, there's tons of creators on Instagram. So it can be, especially now, it can be tough to really break through in the field. What I would suggest as tips for Instagram would be to set up a good profile with solid content. So having a solid profile picture, decent bio, and then just start putting out decent quality content with reels and carousels for the most part. I would pin 3 good posts. Your 3 first posts are key. I have another video on that. If you want to check it out, go to my page. And then focus on ads that are going to be addressing a cold audience and then retarget them. I specifically like the engagement-based ads in Meta Ads Manager, specifically connected to your Instagram account for the sake of DMing, because then you can start DM conversations, and I find that to be a really, really great funnel for lead generation. So there you have it. Those are my top 3 social media platforms to focus on for generating more leads and clients, especially if you're an online service provider, from my years of experience in this space. Again, if you are looking for help generating more leads and clients and building a beautiful online brand, make sure to click the links below and have a great day.